My other take on this, that is just what I've just said here, is that the forbidden points are seeped in traditional Chinese medicine philosophy, which is to say that specific acupuncture points have specific actions. There is not a lot of evidence base to support this idea that specific acupuncture points do specific things. And so it's quite difficult to show that from a scientific perspective, these things exist and these things will induce labor. And I also kind of go along the lines of thinking, well, if it was that easy to induce labor by just putting a needle in around somebody's ankle or sticking in something in the hand, we wouldn't have to be going through a huge cocktail of drugs and procedures to try and induce women in late stage pregnancy. It just wouldn't be that easy, right? Because if it was that easy, people would just be like going into labor just by banging their ankle against the door frame, right? I can't see it being a logical argument. To support us on this, if you look at the use of these points, there are a number of acupuncture studies that participants have been pregnant women, and the pregnant women have had these acupuncture points needled in them. So what springs to mind is one study or a couple of studies by Eldon in the mid-2000s looking at pregnancy-related low back pain, and used a collection of these so-called forbidden points, and there was no adverse events recorded. We did a systematic review, which makes us feel very old now. It was published 10 years ago now, 2015. The very first bit of research that got published along with two of my colleagues. And it was looking at the safety of acupuncture in pregnancy. And there didn't seem to be anything in the published literature that suggested that there was any such thing as forbidden points.